What's up, people? It's
What's
a
up? What's up?
beautiful Saturday. God has given us once again no rain, no clouds, no chemtrails for a change. They might come out later on, but right now we don't have them. The skies is beautiful. The sun is out. And people are out. You got so much going on and so much positive going on. You got so much negative going on. So you know the scale is out there going like woo. So you got to be careful and keep yourself balanced throughout all these high frequencies, because you got the first of the month, you got the income tax, you got the love coming up. So everybody's out there in this nice weather today trying to get their thing on and do their thing before the month begins of love. This is Heart Month, and we're going to concentrate on all parts of the heart and mind for you throughout this month. We're going to get some professionals in here that can tell you about the insides of your heart. And we're going to get some professionals in here that can tell you about how your heart, your mental part from your heart, the mental part that plays a major part of your heart. So this is a very, very important month. So you got love, you got the heart associations. This is their, like I said, this is Heart Month, Heart Health Month. You also got President's Day in this month. So, and we got 5 Saturdays. And also, we got 29 days. So this is announcing upon the leap year. When February gets 29 days, you know you're doing leap year. So, with that being said, we got some interesting things we're going to share with you today. We're going to go into the laws of attraction again. And brother also brought in another book. It's called The Prediction of Your Future. I'm going to focus on telling you something about more of these numbers. You know, I love the numbers. I love getting into the numbers. Like this month is 02. The day is 01. And we got 2020. So if you add 02 plus 01, that's 3, my favorite number. And then you add 2020, which gives you 40, which is just 4. So you got 3 and 4 is 7. That's a lucky number. So we're going to talk about that addition of today's date, that 8 went up to 7. But before I get into the numerology from Brother's precious book of his artifacts, his library, he has so much stuff. As you can see, he hooks us up, and we here to give you the spiritual connection and the metaphysic education and the knowledge and the research that you need to continue your walk. So don't sleep. So, with that being said, you know how we normally do. Sorry, we was on CP time today. I'm being Superwoman, and this is Superman. So, we had to take care of our family and take care of our homes. They come here and take care of you guys. So with that being said, this week, still elevating and just doing some more therapeutic things. Like I said, my body had a collision first part of January, but now I'm getting into embracing my therapy, more mentally therapy than physical therapy. I haven't started that yet. But I never thought when you have because what I had was a condition, is a concussion. And I didn't know that when you have a concussion that you have to exercise your brain just like you would, like when I had my knee surgery. Yeah. I had to work it back into shape. And when you have a concussion, it's like this chemical come over your brain because your brain is sitting in fluids. And when you're shift, like they say, whiplash or whatever, in an accident or whatever, and when you have a concussion, just like the guys that play football, when they hit, they daze. Even though they come to and get back out there, finish playing, they still gonna have to deal with that damage from that compact or that collision after the fact.
Yeah, did you know your brain was a muscle? Did you know
right,
that? Oh, okay.
Right. It's like a big tissue muscle just sitting there, but it plays a major part, and I didn't know all these things. So for my brain therapy, I was told I had to cut down things that would make me over processing and thinking, or even looking at the tell your vision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had to cut out all those things, and I had to put myself on a brain diet.
Wow.
So meaning like every other day, I had to not use TV, music, bright lights. Just had to meditate. You know, like every other day. You know, to give my brain some time to just catch up.
I try to meditate every day, even if it's like for 15 minutes. 'Cause a lot of times you got to clear that noise off.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, and that's what she said, because that noise, which causes stress, which causes anxiety, which is causes stress.
Yeah, it causes you to act out the ordinary.
Yes, it would. Yes, and you know, some people we don't need to, we don't need nothing to help us get there, because when you are when you already one of them 1 to 1,000 people, you don't need nothing to help you get there to 2,000. But in any case, you have to exercise. So that's what I've been doing. Still improving my health and finding better ways to meditate and to exercise my brain as well as my body. I keep want to go try this yoga. But I say I want to learn how to do my own stretches and breathing before I go sit in a class.
Yeah, basically you can just get you a yoga book. And then you ain't even got, you
No,
got a
you
phone.
just YouTube it
can
or Google,
yeah, and do it right there in your house. You know, get familiar with it. So when you go out, you just won't be a newcomer. Because I knew when I first started doing it, or trying to do it at home, I was like, God damn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Things I thought I could do. It ain't like that. Just
No.
standing on one leg with this feet up like that, like a 4, and trying to hold your balance. Yeah, they make it look easy. They ain't
Yeah,
easy.
but it takes practice.
Even
to-
bending down, touching the floor
balancing
without
your
bending
body
your
and your
knees.
mind,
Yeah.
all that has to work together in order to master those type of yoga
poses,
stance and move all your body, your breathing, all that has to work together. And that's why I've been practicing. And like when you gave me those hertz, the 420, 32 hertz, I went home and I just pulled it up, meditation, music, and all kinds of stuff came up. You had meditation for nighttime. You had meditations for mornings. You had meditation.
And then you got
music.
sounds, yeah.
Yeah, then you had
Birds,
sounds.
twerking,
Then they had like
rain,
music.
water, yeah.
They had arrangements that was just like straight like one meditation thing came up. They pulled up Bach's one of his old symphonies.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So it's all out here for us, for the taking, for the grab. We just gotta want it, and once you do one thing, you're gonna open up the door to something else. It's all connected.
Correct.
You know, for you to have a better
better
fulfilling life.
Yes,
you know what
it
I'm
is.
saying?
And it's up to you to take advantage of this education, of this awakening. And if you, like I said, if you've been just been like playing around with it, thinking about it, and if one thing is not working for you, like I said, this is not outside of any Christianity or any type of spirituality. This is not outside of that. This is something that just goes into a deeper, defined
You just go into the study of you.
Right.
You.
It's a study of you.
Like when you go into a religious system like a church or a mosque or something like that, you going into a collective, right?
Right.
And they got rules, protocols, and all that. But when you're in your own space and you go into you know, that's an individual. You make your own rules for real. But you got to get in, and once you quiet down, and you get to know and meditate, you'll hear voices that actually speak to you. You'll see things, right? So, that's really your higher self. And your higher self will not gonna lead you wrong about anything.
But it takes work to get to your higher self.
Because you got to think about it. Your whole life, you've been doing basically what you was
somebody else
programmed
told,
to do.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So, once you start doing this and eating healthier, really getting back to nature, you know what I'm saying? That's the key thing right there. You're getting back to nature. You be unstoppable.
Yeah,
You know,
just like, you have to, and it's an adjustment because it's not a economical, they made it where it's not economical for us to eat healthy. Remember before it used to be.
Yeah.
Now it's more expensive to eat healthy than it is to eat junk food,
But
now-
you'll find a way, because just like when you found a way to get whatever you was getting when you was like in the world, I used to go. When I was young, I used to go to the go-go every week, right? And this was before I was playing go-go, but I was going to go-go clubs, shows, anything I wanted to do, right? And I found ways to do it. So if you want to do something, you know what I'm saying?
But
can
you made sure if you did go to that go-go, you made sure you still got enough rest to go to work.
Yeah,
Like
but
you said,
a lot
you'll
of
find a
times,
way to do it.
but I'm talking about when but check this out. I'm talking about when I was younger. One of the ways was we used to get to the venue, me and my friends, before security got there or anything, and get in the venue. And we used to hide out in the venue and find a spot where they can't see us. And sometimes we waited 4 hours for the venue to start. Hide. Right? But we was up in little spots like up there. But we be talking low, joning, or doing whatever we do.
Just chilling till it starts.
Yeah. And then once it starts, we creep out there. But we in there.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Other times, they rush the door, and sometimes we had money, you know. But the point I'm trying to make is, people always find, like let's say a crackhead on the street. He ain't got no job, so how is he smoking crack every day, 2, 3, and 4 times a day?
You make
a way. So if you really want this life and this lifestyle, you'll make a way.
Yep.
That's all.
Simply said. Yep. Exactly. So. You don't have to be a rich man, because, like he said, he just put it plain and simple. How you expect a crackhead? They got a system.
Yeah.
They got a system. You know, so.
And they work their system. And their system is by any means necessary. Real talk.
Real talk, but that's what they do. That's what they got to do. All we
get
can do
that
is pray
habit,
for them, right? So, but with that being said, though, like I said, it's work. And you guys are going to always hear me speak about constantly self-work, because your self is so important now, because we have gotten away, because like you said, through being told what to do, how to do it, how you raise, how you run your household, how you go from being a teenager to a working citizen, to a working class, to having your kids, raising your kids, and then continue to work until you die. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what they're planning. But that's not what was meant for us and our plans from our ancestors. Because we were kings and queens. Right. We were never supposed to be in this beta state of mind, which they've been dragging us for centuries and for years. They've been keeping us in this beta state of mind. Mm-hmm. So when you get into this light of enlightening and want to live better, want to think better, want to just be better with your family, and then pass this on to your family so they can see this is wealth. This is self-wealth. You know what I'm saying? That nobody can take from you. Nobody can take this from you, because this was here before us. This was left here for us by our ancestors. And like I said, when you wake up and you start being enlightening, it's not by a chance. Nope. It's not by a chance. It was already
and everything spoken. That you learn, basically, we just learn the knowledge that we already knew, and it's our time.
I love you.
And it's our time. So
Gerald.
Yeah. So we just learning, relearning, reconnecting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And we just appreciate all the things that everybody. And hey, Scoop, I see you, man.
What's up, Scoop?
Yeah, so we like to just hang in there and just give our love and give our research. And you see, brother, he got the literature. He got a vault. That's why I can't even tell you where he stay at. This brother got a vault. Like I told y'all last week, when the world ends, like Denzel was running around with that book of Eli, the last book of the Bible. Everybody gonna run to Brother Lon's house, because he's gonna have all the books we need, all the books that they've been trying to hide and keep from us. That's gonna be the brother that's gonna have all the information. Brother Law. So, I'm speaking that into existence. People will come to you for information.
That'll work.
Yep. So, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and that's what I've been trying to just keep maintaining this self, health, and wealth. I'm going to build it till I can't build it no more. You're going to see the riches in my skin. You're going to see the riches in my glowing. You're going to see the riches in my talk. You're going to see the riches in my walk. I'm going to come into my own right of queendom. That's what we got to do, sisters and brothers. Got to come into your righteous of your right that was left here for us. And brother, so what's been going on with you? I know you're still working on that music and some other things.
Yeah, I'm working on a few things, right? But I'm feeling excited about. We got one documentary coming up. My man Chucky Thompson. I'll keep your eyes and ears open for that one, and that's going to be coming up soon. He in the process of doing the recordings, different people, but it's about his life story and what people think about, not the DC people, but the people around the world, basically, what they look and takes on go-go. Since I basically brought him into the music, industry back then, he hollered back at it, brother. And I appreciate that, and I'm going to be a part of that documentary. And like I say, we working on actually 2 documentaries, but that's a whole something side. A lot of people, as they got older, they basically want to tell their story, which is important. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
once we leave here, we people gonna be able to. You think we advance now? People gonna be in their house and be able to say a name, say my name, and your whole life, your achievements and failures will come up on the screen.
It'll flash up before
You know what I'm saying? So even this podcast right here,
Yeah,
it's
when
part
we
of
gone,
ours.
it's going to be
You see
pulled
what I'm
up. It's
saying?
going to be history.
Whatever we do, whatever we post on the social media, is going into our file. So it's you writing a book, you writing a movie, you the star of that movie. That's why I tell everybody they're a star. So be the best at what you can do. Whatever you do, be the best at it and try to elevate. So that's 2 things. Now we conforming the 2 groups that I was playing to, actually into one. So, because just bouncing around like that is a whole lot. And then I'm also, like I said, I've been doing some counseling with a few people. I don't know if I want to do that. As far as like,
Consultations with people.
yeah, I don't know if I want to do it. Well, I don't mind doing it, but like some people, that's what they do. And they
Right.
do it for money or whatever. But
Right.
with the knowledge I learned, I just want to just help people. Because you can do that for people, but if they're not ready to
Receive it.
or to act on it, they just want a quick fix. It ain't really gonna work for them.
Nope.
But since this 2020 arrived, I noticed a lot of things been happening. People was talking to me, and people facing challenges and stuff that they was been putting off in the past. So that's why we named this. I don't know if they put it up there. What the hell are we living in hell? Because when we come back on the second set, we're gonna get into that. And we just gonna break it down,
Yeah.
because if I just flat out tell you something, a lot of times people don't believe it. But I did research, and I ain't even got the notes today, but I got them up here. And
That's all that matters.
you know what I'm saying? And once we put it out there, the facts out there, it's up to you, because like I said, I ain't even gonna get into it. We wait till the second half. But so other than that, just working a 9 to 5, doing my music, just enjoying life, trying to live the best life I can live. Always looking for that next opportunity. And like I say, this February we got 5 Saturdays in this month, and I'm just reaching out to different people that I deem really worthy, that got a message or something to tell, to bring
Right.
onto the show. And shout out to Nico for he did a switch up.
Revamping.
He revamped for
his-
2020.
For 2020.
Yeah,
Everybody
want something
trying to do
different,
something
you
new,
got to
new.
do something different.
Yeah,
you
you
know
gotta
what I
do
mean?
the new.
So it's more close up. I'm standing here looking at the monitor.
Yeah, it's a better viewing and everything.
Yeah, it feel like a
Hats
news
off.
shot.
Master of film.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what I've been up to. You know what I'm saying? And,
All right. Okay, so what we gonna do, like you said, the first half, people so rude. God dang it. But anyway, like you said, the first half, somebody know I'm on the air. Era. No, I'm on the era. But it's okay. I love you too. You know we on the era. If you supposed to be here, you supposed to be in here. Don't be calling me. Don't sleep. But anyway, like he said, on this second half, we will get more into what's really going on. Like he said, if this, what you say, if this hell,
what the hell are we living in here?
What we living in? Okay, so with that being said, I know a lot of people have personal hells. People have just hell, period. And then sometimes you want to put out, say 3 of them, Hail Marys, Hail Marys, Hail Marys, like Tupac.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, it's the sign of times, and it's a balance. You know, it is not a healthy balance, but that's just the way of the world that we live in. Because without the bad, you know, you can't see the good. You know what I'm saying? So that's outweighs the other. But brother gonna get deep into it, and I'm gonna comment on it, some things. And he also, like I said, brought in his numerology book. And like I said, I had already added up the number for today, which came to a total of 7. If you add 202012020, you come up with 7. And that's the total of today's date. Number is 7.
That's 7 right there.
Yep. And like I said, this book breaks it down. Wow. And by it being Heart Month, first thing I glanced at when he opened his book, it said heart number.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, heart number.
Oh, okay.
And it's the month of hearts.
Yeah.
See, universe don't lie. We didn't even, you saw what happened, right? that wasn't even planned. So that lets you guys know when you are ready for this, it will come to you. You won't have to search far, high, or low.
Nope.
It will come right to you. So when he opened it up, and it reads as goes, the mystical number 7 is associated with philosophers, spiritual insights, and inner contemplations. 7 is linked with Neptune, and therefore the sign of Pisces, its colors are sea green and aquamarinas. It also reads that the destiny of the number 7, it says these people have the psychic abilities, because my birthday is in July, which is a 7, so also talking about moi. So it said these people have psychic abilities. Ah, yeah, I told y'all. Y'all better not sleep. It says these people have psychic abilities which they may use professionally or might experience as a periodic hunch or uncanny intuition. These are extremely sensitive, yes I am, not only to the feelings of loved ones, see I admitted it before he said it, and the world around them, but also to emotional undercurrents. For instance, their dreams may be particularly vivid and significant. Yeah, I have a vivid imagination. They also have powerful imagination that can lead them into escapism or flights of fantasy, sometimes with the unfortunate results. 7s are contemplative, introspective, and may become quite remote and withdrawn at times. We do. This can set them apart from others. They tend to worry, which can badly affect their health. I overthink. It does. That's why I have the brain, I was going to say brain fart, but brain clean.
Yeah,
but that's why I was saying I had the brain clean, because we overthinkers. Okay, and now that was the destiny of the number 7. It says the personality of number 7 is someone with the number operates in different ways from the rest of us. They appear to listen and beat at somewhat a mystical drum of a following of a different path. Yep, I'm always strange. They are strongly psychic, experiencing powerful intuitions, vivid dreams, and ability to tune into whatever going on around them. Perhaps for the reason music can play a vital role in their lives, whether they are performers or listeners. Relationships usually go well, provided their partner respects this person's needs for solitude and their powerful desires to express themselves creatively. Sevens live inside their heads. Did I just told you that? I'm always thinking. Their contemplative nature may make them merely absent-minded and distinctly otherworldly. Wow. Heart number. Life can be difficult for these people because they are frequently misunderstood. No matter how they appear on the surface, they are driven by strong belief that they are part of something much more larger than themselves.
You must be hitting home, huh? Yeah, you got it.
Woo! It's funny, but it's good. You can laugh at yourself, ain't it?
Yeah.
It says themselves. They sometimes believe that they're much part of something bigger, larger than themselves. This may make them seem remote or even downright peculiar, but such consideration don't bother them. Music, literature, arts, and occult mean much more to them than being sociable, and may also eventually take precedence over relationship, which can suffer in such a tangle-minded atmosphere. Wow. Okay, the expressions of the number 7. It said it may take a while to get to know someone with this number, because at first they will seem rather reluctant, distant, and reserved. Fear of being rebuffed or can deter you from getting any closer to them. Like a crab, we back away, we don't play that. Yet once you succeed in breaking the ice, you will discover someone who is warm, friendly, and fascinating. They are interested in occult, and they may display the uncanny ability of piercing the surface of things to tap their essence. That's 7.
Yep.
That's the number today, which is my number month, so it was saying a lot. That's why I was laughing, guys, because, you know, how she said, killing me softly with his words. this 7 was hitting on some spots. But with that being said, like I said, you gotta take this, and you can't take it like they wrote it. You know, when you read stuff like this about you, so that's why I was laughing, because as I was reading it, it was saying some things that I connected with, but it was also saying some things that I had connected with, but I didn't understand within myself. That's why I said I'm always on a self improvement journey, because this is self-wealth. This walk is self-wealth. I mean, nobody can never cap your crown, and nobody can never still bought your feet, because this is a continuous learning process. And the more knowledge is what? Power.
Yep. Knowledge
is power. So, I hope you got some good things out of it, me reading the number 7, which is today's date, 02/01/2020, added up to being number 7. So, that's why it's a beautiful day, and it's like you could just go out here and you can just do anything you want today, because the weather is permissible, funds are permissible. So, like I said, you got the first of the month, you got the income tax, you got Lovers Lane coming up, you got President's Day coming up, you got 5 Saturdays this month. This month recognized that this year, starting off the decade, this is leap year, because it's 29 days in February. Normally it's only 28. So, and when they say it's leap year, it's supposed to be more men. There's more.
No, this is more days. It's the 29th day. How many days in this month?
29. It's normally 28.
Yeah, so it's the leap.
But it's also mean like this the year for men. When it's leap year, it's like more male children born or something like that. When it's leap year, you never.
I ain't never hear that.
Oh.
I just know it's got more days.
One of my ancestors said that one day back then.
They got some saying. They got some sayings for everything.
There's gonna be more men born this year than it was last year. It was a lot of girls born. This year is gonna be a lot of men children born to balance it out. Well, that's what they say. But I need to go find me an ancestor. I seen an old 80. I got an 80-year-old lady. I need to go talk to her. I'm gonna talk to her at church tomorrow to get her feel on this year. But this new decade. So with that being said, that was the number 7. And I also wanted to before brother get into hell and what in the hell we gonna do in this hell. I don't know if that's what you see.
Yeah.
But it's just too much hell going on. I mean, it is like we're gonna get in that, and I got something to add to that because it's just right hellish of that situation. But before we go there, I just wanted to read you something I had ran across this week. And like we speaking of hell, and this is in the book of Law of Attractions made that was written by this couple, Esther and Jerry Hicks. They got other books out too, and other versions of this Law of Attraction. But there was this one story right here that I was reading, where how you can, where your thoughts of your dreams are created in that process. But it was one part where we got to where when it says, when you often unaware of a pattern of your thoughts until they actually manifest in your experience because you have developed your habits of thoughts gradually over a long period of time. And while it's possible even after something unwanted has manifested to focus and change to something you do want, it is more difficult to do that after the manifested. And understanding what your dream state really is and can be, it helps recognize the directions of your thoughts before they actually materialize in your experience. It is much easier to correct the direction of your thoughts when your dreams are an indication that then is the real life manifestation in your indication. So if you they got away from you. In other words, it's saying you got to be clear when you're putting your affirmation in for your manifestations, because sometimes things can run across your thoughts while you trying to do, you be trying to say, well, say for instance, your affirmation, you're trying to affirm, okay, this year, I hope our company gets a bigger bonus. But then that thought crossed your mind while you saying, I want that bigger bonus this year for our company. But then you got that little voice that come behind you that'll say, oh, that's going to go to the other department. You know what I'm saying? That's what it means by when they cross connect, you have to be the direction. You have to recognize the direction of your thoughts. Yeah, when
that happened to me, I always say I don't agree to those terms and conditions.
Right. So you have to change it. And that's what it's saying. You have to correct it. So, and that's why I wanted to get to this thing about, before brother get to the hell and what is the hell we living in. Okay. It's the, we have to, that's why I was saying something earlier about how to scale. We won't know the good. We can't recognize the good unless we know the bad. And this part right here that really caught my eye, and I didn't even know brother was going to talk about hell and the hellish things that we're living in. But it says how we must take the good with the bad. You know what I'm saying? That? Okay. Yeah. How we must take the good with the bad. We can't always take, you can't, just like that song, Be Grateful. That's one of my favorite gospel songs. Mm-hmm. She starts out, God has not promised me sunshine. Mm-hmm. That's not the way it's going to be. That's my song.
It's my song too.
A little rain helps me appreciate the sunshine. That's the song. Yeah. But that's just to tell you guys how you have to take the good with the bad, or we would never know what's good. And we would never know what's bad.
Right.
So, and that's the same thing when you're doing your affirmations for your manifestations. You could be wanting something good, but then you always got that little spirit will come in and give you that doubt. Mm-hmm. And that's that inferior that we have to learn to try to correct and change the directions when we're affirming our manifestations. Because like I just said, they can get crossed, mm-hmm. and you think you affirming one thing and then end up manifesting something else, right. And you be like, what the what?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say that it don't happen, because it does. Because when your sister first started out, when the Sisters Queen first started out, burning my sage and doing my affirmations, I had to write them down first. I couldn't do them off my head because I was so scared that I would get off the direction of, when I first started doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know how your mind, like, okay, yeah, I want to make sure I put this good word in. I want to make sure I put that good one in. I want to make sure, because, you would get sidetracked for what your affirmation was. So I used to have to write them down first before I start doing my
saying them.
Yeah, before I start, doing my affirmations, because I didn't want to get lost track or lose my direction, and then had to go back and recorrect it. Mm-hmm. Because once you burn it and put it out in the universe, it's out there.
Yeah.
So, just be careful and know that it's all right. Sometimes we do have to take other people's good and their bad. Like our family members. A lot of times we don't want to deal with a lot of stuff, from our family members, from our close friends, from our co-workers. But we have to subdue and take their good with their bad, because the job still got to get done. The family still got to grow together. You know what I'm saying? And it's just part of the laws.
It's part of life, really.
It's part of life.
Because in anybody's life, there's always something going on. You know what I mean?
That's for sure.
And different family members to hit me with a bit. Going through things, or even if you're rich, let's take a snap. No. Even if you're rich or poor, you're going through something. You can't escape it. And sometimes people with money, they try to handle it a little better, but then again, they can create new situations, because we're here to elevate ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We're here to elevate ourselves, to go in higher realms, not really here to live a good life and make money, because money is not even real. Money is just it's in the matrix. Money is for the matrix. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's the system they came up with. Mm-hmm. When you was born, you was given a social security number, and whether you know it or not, you own. Your parents signed their birth certificate. They signed you over to the government, and so it get deep. But once you start finding out things, you gotta break their codes. You know what I'm saying? We go 415. Break their codes and make it better for you. Because one time we used to do stuff for each other. You do something for me, I do something for you.
Trade off. Yeah.
Your word, my word is my bond. Nowadays people don't even know what a bond is. You know what I'm saying? So it's everything, money. I got to get that bag. They live your life for the money, and then we got whoever rich got the most money. People look at them like they're better people when they get to be worse people. You know what I'm saying? So this spiritual walk ain't really about that money. It's about going within and living good. I ain't saying you got to be poor or nothing. I'm just saying, don't base that on money. Where you at. You know what I'm saying? But the better choices you make, the better life you're gonna live.
Yes,
and then at a law of attraction, basically what you can think things, and if you got a corrupt state of mind, you're gonna be thinking corrupt, and you're gonna have a corrupt life. Versus if you got a positive mind that you want to do positive things, that's the life you're gonna live. That's just the law of attraction, And the karma, or what you put out, basically what you're gonna get back. You can't duck it. Some people some people get instant karma, but a couple of years back I stopped agreeing to those terms and conditions too.
You got to.
Because it's like this. If people tell you this and you found out it wasn't right, you got to start making your own rules will work for you, basically. You know what I'm saying? Some people say, what the hell are you talking about? You can't do that. But that's where you at with it. Everybody on different levels. You know what I'm saying? So you just go through a lot of sayings, and I've cut cords to a lot of old sayings that I used to say over the years, that was passed down, and you accept them.
Right.
And you say them. You casting them spells. Them words are spells. And you agreeing to those terms and conditions. And then when something happen, right? Like when somebody says always something, I said no, it ain't. I don't agree to that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So
it's like you told me to like saying like
that's how basic it gets.
Just like that thing of when like I understand. I stop saying that too fast.
The police talk to you and always ask you, do you understand? Nah. You want to get to the point where you overstand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't want
and
to
sometimes
be
if you can understand with someone, you know.
Oh, okay.
Like me and you kicking it and you understand, right?
Okay,
y'all
you in agreement. Right, we in agreement.
Up under something, nah. Yeah. Get from up under. What you doing up under there?
That's right.
I mean, you got, you're a little notch. So, so even like words, just pay attention to the words like contract. Somebody a con man. Why you always got that con? When you break them down in syllables, you got your Congress. You understand what I'm saying? I don't trust that name itself. Congress. Con. You know what I'm saying? So once you start seeing these things, and somebody say a word, I'm checking out the word. They don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I'm breaking that whole conversation down. So, and that'll tell me a lot about the people. Either they got a plot or they just don't know. But by you not knowing, don't make it all right.
Right.
You still speaking it.
Right. It don't make it okay.
You speaking that stuff and you sit back and wonder.
That's why I said it don't make it okay.
Why this happened to me?
Right. It don't make it okay.
Watch the words you say out your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So. Yeah. We at the 4:15 minute. We're gonna play
a little music, take a break, and we'll be right back. So don't sleep. We'll be right back.
I got plans.
Stop acting like a fiat girl.
Yeah.
Stop
Baby,
acting
I've
like
been
a
making plans. Oh, love. Baby, I've been making plans for you. Yeah. Baby, I've been making plans. Baby, I've been making plans for
my sincere apology. I made it. Look. I'll admit it, albeit pathetic, that I'm in my late 20s, still never been to a wedding. Guess the idea of that lobby empty, do not sit with me, well, it's not your fault they try to get me, cause I'ma need the sales, cause I'm selfish, and I need you to myself, trying to see you afloat, but don't want to see you sail, cause I failed, I see you about to cry, cause when I enter they city, they leave without their pride, I'm sorry. Are you staring at my comments, fearing it's gonna always be you sharing me with all them, wrong. How dare I say ignore them? Preparing for that day I leave you here, it's what you for them. It's hard, temptation and all. Bitches out here trying to see if my relationship's strong. Get a place in the chart, so run away from your heart. Yeah, this music my all, nothing is sacred no more. I'm wrong. I'm promising you better though. Your friends saying let them go. And we ain't getting any younger. I can give them now, but I can promise you forever though. That's right.
You got it, it don't belong to anyone but you. Hey, if that's a question of my love, you got it, baby, don't worry, I got plans for you. Yeah, baby, I've been making plans. Oh, love, baby, I've been making plans for you. Baby, I've been making plans.
Really should have a room.
Baby, I've been making plans for
really should have a room.
Yeah.
We have a new love. I'll admit it, let me be hypothetical. If the day I find a woman, I'd probably be scared to share it. Cause the idea of me finding love will run somebody off. But through my wall could use some plaques, but still I got a flaws, brush you off. Yeah, I'm kinda lost. Now I'm up in the club with a couple of move-ons. Sippin' dark, good nigga trouble heart. Went from falling in love to drunk and falling apart. Cause it's hard, trying to find some time to move on. Cause when we lost our baby, I got shady, shit got too dark. I'm sorry, and I thank you baby, you strong. My ex before you married to you solo, I say so long. Nah, good terms, how that ended. But it surely put a dent on how I worry about this business. Off-white picket fences, on flights with the children, on site stealing kisses, on off nights my intentions. But I plan to do it better though. But you still saying let it go. And we ain't getting any younger. Women love me now, but in your eyes you forever though.
Baby, you got it. It don't belong to anyone but you. Hey, if there's a question of my love, you got it. Baby, don't worry, I got plans for you. Yeah, baby, I've been making plans. Oh, baby, baby, I've been making plans for you. Yeah, baby, I've been making plans. Oh, baby, baby, I've been making plans for you. Yeah.
Ain't nothing but the plans. I always feel like I'm a planet, and these other women that are kind of moving through this
What a good feeling
and marriage
to
is
know
like,
that I got someone so perfect. Yeah, it's like paradise, girl, when I'm in it. Yeah, so let go of your worries tonight. Yeah. What a good feeling. What a good feeling. What a good feeling to know that I got someone so perfect. What a good feeling to know that I got someone so perfect. Yeah, it's like paradise, girl, when I'm in it. Yeah, so let go of your worries tonight. Yeah. We can go all the way, 'cause you're the one that makes me feel some kind of way. Let's take our time, baby. All night. The only one on my mind. Girl, if you're ready, you can love me back. Yeah. Love me back as much as you want, baby. Love me back all night long, girl. Yeah. I know that you will love me. Oh, I must be in heaven. I'm convinced that it can't get no better. No better, no. With you is something I will never, baby. I cherish every moment in my heart. I know that you and we can go. No doubt about it, girl. Makes me feel some kind of way. Our time.
the hell we living in? Is that what you want to talk about?
I said, what in the hell is it hell we living in?
Yeah.
Reason why?
Is it hell we living in?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
He was questioning us. Is it hell we living in? What you think,
What
folks?
if somebody tell you? Let me back this up. Okay. What if somebody tell you we in hell? What would you say? What would you say if somebody tell you we living in hell?
We living in hell? I say, yeah, we got a lot of hellish situations, but I'm not sure if it's straight hell.
You don't think it's hell?
I don't think it's straight hell, but we got some hellish. We got some demons down here doing some hell work.
So, ask yourself this question: Why you don't think it's hell? And the reason why I'm asking you this is because
I'm still researching because of what.
The reason I'm asking you is because I don't have nobody in here to ask.
Okay.
And I had to ask myself these same questions.
Right. And the reason why I'm still researching that because out of all the history that they try to tell and the television, they're saying that, and I look at all types of witches and demons and angels and devil movies because I love that stuff because I like to decipher them. I mean, you know, Michael was thrown that he was the angel of musicians, one of God's most prized possession angels, and he tried to take over and thought he was bigger than God, and they threw him out and they threw him down here, and this was his playground, and that's why they saying there's so much stuff going on because it's being his playground, you know. But like I said, that's his story that they told. But like I said, I'm still researching, but it is a hell. Is it? I don't think it's a hell we're gonna die and go to. I don't think it could get no worse than this. And my grandmother and my aunts and them, they had me food when I was little, because when I was about 8, they had to send me down the country all the time, down Charlestown and down in the boonies where you can't see nothing when it get dark. And we was in church every day and Sundays twice a day. And one Saturday they had this movie and they called Hell. And it showed when people go to hell, it showed this burning pit place, like a cave full of all mountains and hills, but it was just fire all through the land, people eating off each other, killing each other over and over again. Some people laid there living with worms in their face, and some people, I mean, it was just all types of hell critters and situations.
And it basically created a place
Right.
like you scared but you don't want to go to.
Then I read this book of this sisters who, when she had a life experience, I forgot the name of it. It's been so long ago, but it's called. She wrote one, Visiting Hell, and When I Woke Up, and she had this experience when she had almost left here. She had some type of ailment where she had to go under a procedure. And it took her out for almost a day, and then they brought her back to life. And she wrote this book. She's a matter of fact, she's a local lady. She's in Maryland. She lives here in Maryland. She wrote this book, and it's called I forgot what it's called, but I'm gonna get the name of it, and I'll give it to you guys. But she was telling about her passages through hell, and it was somewhat of what I was talking about the movie, but she gave it like it was set up like a whole world. Like had houses and high rise and different sections would divide off
That's the
different
earth.
tribes of people.
It sounds like the earth to me.
Right.
So basically, let me. All right, I'm
So I'm
gonna
just
talk
telling you all
about.
types of things.
Yeah.
I'm still researching, trying to put the picture together.
All right, so I'm researching too, and you know we was told a story. Okay, they say okay, I'm a Christian. I believe in the Bible. So now that book. And then I had Awakening in 2011. It was not about religion, it's about spirituality. So that being said, in the book, the good book as they call it, they say, you know, in heaven, the devil, basically Satan, he was an angel at one time. And he, you know the story, he had, you know, he wanted to be God. And God was like only one God up in here. And the war broke out, and Archangel Michael, him and his angels, they fought the demons, fought the dragons, and they won. They beat them, and they cast them out of hell because there wasn't no more room for them out of heaven. Wasn't no more room for them. So he put them down here on this earth and told him to replenish the earth, and he put a dome over the earth. So my thing is, and he had his fallen angels was the Nephilims. If you do your research about the Nephilims, so at one time we was, they was good angels, and they say the people down here is the Nephilims. So, long story short, you got this dome where you physically can't leave, but what I learned, you can astrally leave, because I had did it several times. But as I was growing up, I was indoctrinated, lied to by the television, because I remember levitating and doing a lot of things when I was younger, and it didn't seem far away, like it wasn't the truth no more, right? And then when I seen a lady levitating on YouTube, and I was like, wow. And I seen a lot of other things that I ain't really gonna get into, but right now, but back to it's just hell. So if he kicked the devil out, told him to replenish the earth, and the devil, right?
Right.
We down here, where? On earth, right?
Right.
Under the dome, right? So if he throw the devil out and his angels and told him to replenish the earth, so what that mean? That means you down here with the devil, right? Mm-hmm. But that's why people can get killed on the street. So many bad things can happen. People burn up in fire. You sitting here, why is this happening? This is just terrible. You going through this stuff, and a lot of times, sometimes you don't even bring stuff on you. So you experiencing this hell of shit. So if you're experiencing this hell of shit, are you in heaven? Huh?
No, because you shouldn't be experiencing.
You experience. So I was like, damn. I was like, right? But consciousness, right? Now, if somebody tell you live for 48 years, 20 years, 80 years, and you could do something, and you don't even really know what's going on because you put here and they wipe your memory out and shit, and so how you gonna be burning in eternity? The flesh will burn up, so that means you're conscious. So now we get to the point where it's a mind thing. Everything is mental, right? It's what you believe. Like even when we leave this physical body, we still gonna have our conscious. So we experiencing. Some people say heaven and hell is within you. You can be happy one day, right? Feeling good and great, feeling like you're in heaven.
Just like me.
Right.
I could be a sweet
and then
person,
you can get a phone call.
I could be a bad person.
Right. Mm-hmm. So what that tell you is heaven and hell is inside you.
Right.
Is what you want to make it. And that's the pole of duality, right? So we talked about that. So a lot of people just don't want to, I ain't in hell. They don't want to think they in hell.
They in denial.
In denial. Mm-hmm. So what can happen is this is not our home, right? We here, I'm talking to you.
Right.
This is not our home. No. That same word say we are pilgrims passing through. Fell from grace. So once you be saved and once you say, Lord, some people say they don't accept the Lord as the Savior, or some people come to their higher self, or some people talk to the universe, or something, whatever. Right. Whatever you come to, because I'm not here to throw stones at nobody. You got to work on elevating yourself.
Yep, lifting yourself up.
You got to come out of this lower chakra. You always come back to this. And once you start going through these different chakras, all the way up to the crown, that's the way out of here. You understand what I'm saying? And then you have a choice whether you want to come back and help other people out, or you just don't want to come back. You got the 8th, the 9th, the 10th. The dimensions go higher and higher.
Yes.
And the Bible say each realm goes higher and higher. You even got more than one heaven. They talk about the 7th heaven, right? So if you get to the 7th heaven, right? What's on top of that?
Wow.
They say he got fiery angels protecting with the Almighty at. So we down here in 3D. We way down. That's why we experiencing some of the things we're experiencing. But here's the key. We got to try to do the best we can do to pass all these tests. Because everything we go through is a test.
Yep.
You got your watchers watching everything. And the only thing they do is they record everything, right? So if you have an incident and somebody piss you off and you act out of the ordinary, right? You failed that test, right? And you might have some karma coming behind it, right? But the job is not to fail the test. You know, God don't care how many times you fall down. He care how many times you get up.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, that's how you can have somebody come here and shoot up a classroom full of people. They way down, but they gonna keep reincarnating. They gonna stay down until they get in. Some people, you know, listen to some people, they have multiple lives down low. But if you watching this and you this far into the program, you on your way up out of here.
Yeah.
Because
You can change it.
yeah, because you wouldn't even this wouldn't even interest you if.
Yeah, you can change
Yeah,
it.
so the thing is, the change, beat your karma, or fix it where, you know, you got the things. I'm gonna give you another name called the Akasha Records. You can look into that and try to find out how to get it. And you would get all your information on your past lives, the life you live in, the assignment you pick for this life, because you're here with an assignment. And so are you in hell? I mean, I ain't even gonna tell you, because I didn't want to put that on you. But what the hell? Next time when you say what the hell, you think about this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Heaven can't happen in hell.
Nope, it can't mix it, can't blend, can't.
You understand what I'm saying?
Like oil and water. It's
So-
always a separation. You
Yeah.
always see the separation. It don't mix.
So next time you say what the hell, you think about this. And I just went fast through it, right? Because it's so many different areas of it. Like one, how do you get out of hell, right? We can't leave this dome, right, in this physical body, right? But once you start eating right, getting these toxins out of your body, which we talked about several times, right?
Yeah, detoxing.
Yeah, you will clear your consciousness up to a space, really, and you being your subconscious. And when you go to dream time, right, you can know you dreaming, right? We call that lucid dreaming. You can write that down, because all these things I'm telling you write down is just part of the scenario.
How you can come out of your personal
Yeah,
hell.
and how you can experience. So lucid dreaming. So once you get in the dream world, you can do anything you want. Anything. You can fly. You can walk through walls. So that's why when they say people walking through walls, they actually mean people. We got like 7 bodies. Most people don't even know. They think this the one shell is the body, right? But when they walking through walls, but this body not walking through walls. They are asleep. But they are out taking care of business
Why they sleep?
while they sleep. You know what I'm saying? And you can go to people's houses. You can go to other countries. You can do whatever because you're nothing but pure consciousness.
I had a brother talking about, he saw what I was sleeping in. I'm like, you was alive.
I don't know about.
No, I'm saying,
Yeah,
you know,
but
some people
if he
travel-
know how to, if he do it and he's aware of it, he can.
And you know who I'm talking about. The group.
Oh, okay, yeah. If he aware of it, if he told you that, because you can actually meet up with people in dream time. If you, like, say for instance, if you there
And he said, I
spiritually.
saw you sleeping very well. You was sleeping very
Yeah.
You was sleeping real, like you was having a good sleep.
Yeah. So
It was real restful. He said, you must have meditated pretty good because you was very restful.
because actually, like I said, I do. We all do it. A lot of times, people just don't remember it. For
Recognize
one,
Yeah, or don't recognize what they do.
and two,
Identify it, I mean.
yeah, and two, like I say, they putting the chemtrails up. They poisoning your food, do all this stuff with fluoride and stuff
Mess with the water.
to keep you from doing it. Because if once you wake up, if everybody wake up, the matrix is flat, it's dead. You know what I'm saying? So their job is to keep us here so they can keep living off of us and feeding off of us. So you do these things, you know what I'm saying? You got the internet now. You got books. You got people like us. You got telling shows and telling you how to do stuff. You can write down that lucid dreaming. And then once you get into that, right, let me also warn you too. Out there in that realm, once you wake up, you're gonna see you got things that
You got to decipher.
you got now. I'm just saying you got things that
Look what they are, but not appearing what they to be. What they to be.
not even that too. You got things. I'm gonna say it like this. You got things that's not of this world.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You understand what I'm saying? So if you're a scary person, you just got to work your way up to that, right? But
Not being inferior.
or you can just stay with your God, right, and have that protection because it's real, you know, and you don't want to, you know, I ain't gonna say mess your mind up, but you know, we've just been lied to. But I'm not trying to incite fear either. But you know, we talking about getting up out of here.
And that's what we talked about last Saturday. We talked about overcoming your inferiors, overcoming your self-doubts. Remember, I talked about all those things last Saturday, where we have to stop doing that to ourselves. And that's why I say I just took on a petition. You know, it's not a New Year resolution. It's a from now on, since I've been enlightening my mind and researching and building my information. I just took a petition for myself that I'm going to give myself the best there is to give myself. You know, I have done it for my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I've done it while I was working. And now it's time for me to do it for me, to give myself the best that I can give myself.
You deserve it.
Right. And you do. We do deserve it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what it's just like I just took on this campaign that it's going to be all about me, my self-awareness, my self-help, my self-wealth.
Right.
You know, it's just that time, because if we don't take care of ourselves and take care of our minds and have a healthy mental state, a healthy well-being, what the hell can we do for somebody else?
Right. And back to what the hell is that?
That's what I came
you
to
think
it for.
about fire, you think about a burning pit, right? You burning, right? But when you read the Bible, you read about God speaking with the tongue of fire, right? You read about God
Burning bushes.
healing with fire. And when Moses talked to the bush, he said he seen the bush on fire, but it didn't consume the bush. That means the bush
It's
didn't
still
burn
there,
up.
Right.
So that same God that they talking about in the hell and the fire, it's the God that we talking about going up. So what if somebody say the devil and God is the same people? Like, what the hell is he talking about? Right?
Mm-hmm.
But if God made everything,
That's right. He's from a God.
you know, understand what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, get deep, you know, but you just gotta keep going. And the more when I first started seeing the truth, I was in denial, right? You know, I was like, what? Certain things, and then like certain things I still ain't put out there because I know the people ain't ready for it. You know, I talk to people off camera all the time, you know, and I get different reactions. But there's a lot of people out there that's on it, but there's more people that's not on it. So I understand when that movie came out back in the day, say, you want the truth, you can't handle the truth. So that's how deep it get. So like TDJ say, get ready, get ready, get ready. Or it's time to rumble. Shit, that's where we at with it.
Yes, indeedy. And it's the work everyday efforts.
Yeah, because you don't, like, you can get healed. You got people with healing hands. Even like when you hit that book in here, you saw the pressure points and all that.
Mm-hmm.
You can get healed. If you've been doing stuff for 21 years, 35 years, 40, according to how old you is, and you get instant healing, right? If you don't change your mindset,
It's going to come.
you're going right back to,
that same space.
yeah, this is like if you get $3 million, right? But you haven't been trained on money and how to use money. It's a matter of time before you be broke again, because you never been taught, and you at that broke mentality thinking.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? All rich people that stay rich, right? A lot of times, basically, they doing the same thing. a lot of people that's poor. When I say the same thing, I don't mean actually the same thing. I mean business. They handling their business right. If you poor and you staying poor, you handling your business wrong. Because you are a business. You know, you get up in the morning just like that rich person. All depending on what hand you was dealt, but you get the same 24 hours as that person. You see what I'm saying? But now we ain't in, they telling us it's 24 hours. We might be down to 16 hours a day. You know, that's why a lot of times you can feel tired. You can go to bed, or you can say
Every
Monday,
day is different.
and then it's damn Thursday. It's damn Thursday already. Man, we spending like shit. We can't see it. I'm talking about the earth.
Just like now. Here
You know
we
what I'm
are in 2020, and it's February.
You know what I'm saying?
Christmas and New Year's just like, poof.
You know what I'm saying?
Came and went.
So, they got some stuff for us in this matrix. So if you don't think it's the hell, you don't start waking up and rising up, you gonna see some more stuff. And that virus they got out there, you know, that's man-made.
Yep.
And I even seen on a damn back of, on Facebook they put gets the Lysol. They got the name of that virus right on the back of the on the can that it cures that. But then they tell us that's a new virus. You see what I'm saying? They playing games with you, with
To
people.
keep you inferior and fear.
Yeah.
That they
And they got all kinds of holes in they shit. They got, you know, because they know their time is up. But, you know, just keep on rising up. So when I say, what the hell are we in here? Like you said, you had an incident, your aunt's nephew.
Yeah, I know everybody is aware of the Prince George's County police officer who was just charged with the excessive shooting with the young man, last name Green.
Tell them what
Prince
happened real
George's
quick,
County.
and then
The
I'm going
young
to say
man
something
was,
to that.
They said the young man was acting out mentally, like he was high on something, but he was handcuffed, and the officer.
They say he was handcuffed in the car, right?
First, they took him out of his car and they handcuffed him and put him in their police car, and they said he was acting high or like he was on something. So, but that don't give you a reason just to fire. I don't know what triggered where this officer.
Shit, nothing triggered. If he murdered.
Handcuffed, it was no way he felt threatened.
Yeah.
to shoot
So
that
the
man
point I'm
6
trying to
times.
say, what the hell? You understand what I'm saying?
Right. And they say this is not the first time.
But that went over your head.
Right.
It ain't the first time. But what I'm saying is,
what the hell?
what the hell? Are we living in hell?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
What caused him to be so devilish?
Because
His mind thinking, his mind state.
and for that to happen, where we at? What the hell are we living in hell?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And our ancestors, may they rest in peace, they ain't go for that. They would, how that song saying, they would rather die on their feet than live on their knees. That they would have just basically took them down. Took
Yeah.
it, you know, they
would've
wasn't
gone
going for it.
against them,
But
yeah.
over the years, somewhere we got soft as a people.
Start trusting that they law was for
You understand what I'm
us
saying?
and by us. No.
Yeah, so I'm just saying that's where we at with it. So we need to wake up and get busy, and then when that ball come down your court, you just handle it accordingly.
Yeah.
Because if you're here to serve your purpose, that might be your purpose.
And don't
And that-
be afraid, and you can't be afraid to be a person to speak out. That's what we need.
Yeah, act
You have
out.
to- you have to start speaking out and acting out because they're so used of us being submissive to their rules and regulations, thinking we don't know the law. But if you know the law, then you can speak out and act
And like
out
Dick
because
Gregory
you-
said, whose law?
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You had the universal law way before they had their law.
Now they trying to mess with with the laws. You know, they're trying to take some of our freedoms away. They're trying to say you can't say something or it's a harassment. You know, somebody
They
get
been
called
in
a
they
person.
when
They're
you
trying to
play
change
by their
freedom of
law,
speech.
when you play by their law, they can change the law because they write the law, they make the law. You know, so that's why you just got to get into your higher powers, so you can tax that ass. You know, we not fighting with guns. We
Nah.
fighting spiritually.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Men of
Get your
wars.
get your spiritual tools up, and work your magic. Practice your magic.
Yeah.
Make it strong.
It's never been a war to hearts. It's always been a war to minds.
Yep.
Always been a war to minds because of how we think and how we should think and how they want us to think. So it always been a war to minds. And unfortunately, you know, these things they was available for us, but we wasn't knowledgeable of them. And like I said, your time comes when your ancestors want you to walk into the walk. It's not you chose this. It comes to you when it's your time. And when it's your time, it's up to you to make it worth your while, to do the work, the research, and get the information so you can continue on your ancestors' legacy. And that's what we do. And that's why they say, you hear people say history repeats itself, time repeats itself. All of that is because it does. It does come back around, but it's in a different function, it's in a different flow. Even though it's repeated, just like every so years we get a new president. We do the same procedure, but it's a different person. So just the same thing with your walk and your knowledge and you're getting your information. Even though like it gets to Brother Lawrence one way, but I gets it another way. But we both benefits because how he gets it and how I gets it, then we can integrate together and we got more information.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So and that's another thing with our people. Stop thinking because you share something that somebody gonna get ahead of you or be better than you. That's our problem. You should want to share information. You should want to share things. You should want to share knowledge. Like I just looked at a post. I haven't been on Facebook too much, but I just looked at a post the other day, and I never thought I would see this day coming, but it's here. It's called Plan for Peace. Matter of fact, your band was listed on this, and it was sent by a flyer made by Mr. Billy Jones.
I seen
It's
it.
all the bands that I guess I want to say
He put on that 2020.
yeah.
I seen that flyer.
Yeah, so it's I think it's March the 7th. It's gonna be like it look like 20 bands.
Billy used to do that back in the day with the Young Go-Go bands. It's
Yeah,
called it
so
2020.
we're playing for peace. So you got to stand out and do things. You know what I'm saying? And that brother starting that, who knows? It may be a trailblazer where it's gonna be a continuous thing. Like I said, I was just shocked to see Mr. Jones. Step up to the plate and really do something for other people, because he's such a promoter for himself and stuff for himself. So it was just a glorious thing to see that brother stepping out. And when you can see people start changing and stepping out, they're awakening up. They're seeing light in a different tunnel. They're not tunnel vision. They're seeing it broader now. The light bulb done came on. Kazula, kudos to Billy Jones. I said salute to you on that poster on that flyer, and I wish you well because my brother's band is one of the bands he's integrated and managing is on there, and another band that we were both in is on there. So and it's just a good thing to see them all come together. All these local bands come together on the one roof. And I think that's going to be a special night. I think I'm going to try to make that.
Okay.
Yeah. But with that being said, our event that we planned, the pop-up podcast, it been moved to March. We're going to do a spring fling thing for you now. So we still welcoming vendors. It's still $25 for your table. Right now I have 7 vendors. It's going to be March the 15th, still on a Sunday, at the banquet room of the Marlboro Plaza, which is on 2300 Good Hope Road. We may add some more entertainment. Like I said, the venue may change, or it may be something before that as well. But the pop-up venue is moved to March the 15th. From 5 to 9 at 2300 Good Hope Road at the Marlboro Plaza Banquet Room. So that event is still up and planning. It's just that we got booked out of the month of February, so everybody's want to do something for February, so we had to go for the next month. So that was the next available month. So like I said, this is going to be the beginning of the 2GO podcast events and many to come. So don't sleep. We got some things coming up for you, brother. Y'all still the Valentine's event at the Players Lounge. Don't forget that. It's $10. You gotta be 21 years or older. It's at 2737 Martin Luther King Avenue, Southeast, at the Players Lounge.
Yep.
Go
Come
get
on,
your love on at the Players Lounge.
Bring your love. If you ain't
You
got,
ain't
no,
got
love.
no love, you at the right spot because it's called the Players Lounge. So you're going to get played with. So go play at the Players Lounge. On February the 14th, you're going to see Positive Vibe and the one and only The Encore. So band and show is going to be performing that night. Like I said, it's $10. Its doors are open at 8 p.m. Like I said, if you're not loved, you want to be loved, go and with my family and get some love. I'll probably stop by since it's right in my neighborhood. I might catch the bus up there. I ain't gonna drive.
You don't catch the, but you get a ride back. You
Yeah,
don't
no, I'm saying the
drive
bus
like
run
that.
right by my house.
Oh,
I ain't
okay.
gotta-
Oh, okay. That same bus line.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, sometimes it's good to get on the bus in your city. You know what I'm saying? You ain't
I
scared.
guess.
So
I
like
ain't
you
been
said,
to bus in
sometimes you
years. I
gotta
don't
get
even
out
wanna go on
there,
the
be
bus.
with your people. They don't want you to be with them, but sometimes you gotta get out there and be with them. And then I do that sometime occasionally. I step out of my car and I jump on the bus. Because, some like today, like a day like today, it'll be a good day to take a nice little bus ride. And, just go see some things. There's some things I ain't seen, like the new hip hop museum. I want to go visit that.
And they also got a go-go museum coming up in Southeast. Yeah, they're actually already working on it. So
Oh, okay. I think
that was long overdue too.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because I thought we'd have a go-go museum before we had a hip-hop museum. So, but where it's coming. And just like, I didn't even know that, Kobe was the secret partner in getting the African American Museum built.
Well, I didn't know either.
And just bringing him up, like I said, what in the hell? You would never thought in a million
I want to say
years.
this 2020 is more things gonna happen. This is the beginning. You know what I'm saying? A lot of conspiracies
spoke of it,
out
brother.
there.
You
Yeah,
spoke
there's
of
a lot
it
of
before.
conspiracies. But when I actually heard of it, may his family recipes. I don't even really want to speak on it.
Yeah,
A lot of
it's-
people
it's a
speaking
sad
on it.
thing, yeah. Giving
But
too
it
much
just
in.
came to me. It's a sad thing, but when I first heard it, I was in band practice, basically, and then the guy came and said, they say Kobe looking at his phone was killed. I said, Kobe. I said, man, that's on the internet. You don't know if it's true or not.
That's fake
Then he
news.
came
That's the
back.
first thing I said, fake news.
Say they said his daughter was on. I was like, what? So anyway, like I say, when you're in touch with your higher self, the first thing came to me was Whitney Houston when she died. That night Kobe died was the Grammys. Whitney Houston died. It was
Was
like
the-
the day before, or the day after,
the
something
day,
the Grammys.
the day before the Grammys.
So, and then you got all these big stars, so-called, like Nipsey Hussle, all these big people, that stars dying, right? And then everybody be sad. Everybody focusing on one thing, right? People can harness that energy. You understand what I'm saying? You get a lot of people sad and depressed, right? They feed, them J-Co's, they feed off of that kind of stuff. So the point I'm trying to make is, how many times something gotta happen the same way or around the same way before we say, hold up. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people ain't saying, hold up, and a lot of people is, so I'm one of those ones that's seeing things for what they are, but until we ready to do something about it, it's just a sad situation. You know what I'm saying?
Just like that young man,
But it's
the
like-
Prince George's County police officer.
If you're like in the last year, you can just count them, right? I don't even know all the rappers' names, but XXER had a whole lot of people, young people, either he died. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it just go on and on and
Some
on.
from OD, some from suicide. I mean,
But you don't even really want to, when it come down to that entertainment business, you know what I'm saying? But you break down the words. You enter into something, you're going to be tamed. Your mentality. So whenever you're making that money, your bread, you're going into something, whether you know it or not, you're going to have to agree to some terms and conditions. And then that's what it is. They want to, you're going to be entertained. You even watch TV. When you watch TV, right, you paying attention to something. that attention is the new currency. I said that a while back.
Yes, you
They
did.
want your attention. In order for them to make the money, somebody got to pay attention to them, right? So they after your attention.
That's why regular TV is falling off.
Yeah, actually,
Because
that's what I'm
it's falling
saying.
off because
You
now
tell,
everybody
they
wanna go
telling
see
lies to your
program stuff
business.
instead of seeing live stuff. So.
Yeah, the numbers falling. So what you do
Yeah.
now? They got commercials on damn internet now. You
Yeah,
understand
they
what I'm
do.
saying? So
Yeah. Live TV got commercials.
it's because they know for you to buy their brand, for them to sell their brand, somebody got to see it.
Yeah.
And if we got big numbers, guess what? They're gonna pay you, or supposed to pay you.
To share their information.
Yeah, just to put they want to tap to you because you got 3 million views, right? Put your product on there, and even if they don't watch the whole commercial, they got 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes or seconds, 4 seconds before you can click off of it. And then someone with that yellow line going through,
Yeah,
you
you
can't
gotta watch
even
the
click
whole
off.
thing before
Yeah,
you can get to
so
your-
they just want to tap to your energy. They want you got it going on right, and you got 1 million views or 5 million or whatever.
They want to tap
Tap
into
on,
that.
yeah. So attention, you know. So that's what it is.
But we hope you enjoyed this segment this week. We got 4 more to go. We got 5 in this month. So we're gonna be bringing you some more information. We still getting our guest list together. You know, everybody's trying to rework their schedule within this new decade. How they doing things and running a business. So we got to give them opportunity and time to reset their schedules. But we do have some very important guests that's lined up for you. I have the Assistant District of Attorney. She's going to be coming here and talking about her new organization is against youth against domestic violence. I have a young lady that's going to come in. She's going to talk to us about youth and mental health. She works at a school for autistic kids. I'm gonna have her come in and talk about our youth and his mental health. So with that being said, we got a lot coming up for you. Don't sleep. Stay tuned and true to the next episode.
Where you going with all that yeah back there? Booty go way back like last year. That's enough groceries to last a lifetime. Plus your wine fine, men always on a timeline. Her thighs juicy like the Popeye chicken. She might be too short for you, homie. I'm not.